Hello everyone, I am Deepak Kunyal and I welcome you to the series of tutorials on Python for beginners. If you followed my previous lecture, you might be knowing that we discussed about downloading and installing of Python on various platforms like Windows, Linux and Mac. Now from this tutorial onwards I am going to start programming, and in this tutorial, particularly in this tutorial, I am going to talk about numbers. So if you want to learn it on your own using some resources, you can follow this official documentation. Here you can search Python on Google and the first link will open is Python documentation. You can go here, Python tutorials, and there are a lot of chapters available. The one that I'm going to follow right now is this numbers. There are some before that, and I will cover these things in coming lectures. Right. So now switch to Jupyter Notebook and start programming. There is one thing that I want to share with you before starting this tutorial, and that this series is not going to be theoretical and will do all practical tasks here, right? So that you can get a good grasp of Python concepts and learn the programming, right? So let us begin now. So first thing, you can comment whatever you want using this hash symbol, and this is called one line comment, and you can print anything using print statement. You can also use three quotes or three double quotes to create a multi-line comment. You can print it in single quotes or double quotes. Print statement will work in both these, right? So these are comments. Now I'm going to talk about numbers. So you can use this whole thing as a calculator, whether it is a Python terminal or this Jupyter notebook. What you have to do, you have to write any number like this, 17 divided by 3. So answer of this will be a floating point number. If you want to make it integer or remove this floating point after decimal, you can use double slash, and now here you can see answer is 5, right? There are some other operators that you can use in Python. So one of them is modulus operator. This is the operator. So if you use 17 mod 3, it is going to give you a remainder of number when divided by 3. So 17 when divided by 3 gives a remainder of 2, so answer should be 2, right? You can perform some other operations like 5 multiplied by 3 plus 2, and answer should be 17 because 5 is multiplied by 3 first and then 2 is added to that. You can also use power. In some languages you might have done it like this, 2 to the power 3, but here you are going to do it like this, 2 star star and 3. You can also write it like this. So power means you are multiplying this number by 3 times, or in general if I do it like this, and power m, it means you are actually multiplying n m times. So it goes on and we can write m times here, right? You can comment it out and write it like this. Clear? So one thing more that I'm going to share in this lecture is try to print this out, and here you can see there is error. And what is error? That name n is not defined. So what does it mean that it is not defined? It means that you have not assigned anything to this. So now assign n equal to 12 and try to print it again. So n is 12, right? You can see one thing here, that I am just writing n and it's printing 12. So this is a facility provided by Jupyter notebook. It's not like any other terminal or any other editor. In any other editor you have to write it like this, print, and then print it like this, right? One more thing you might have noticed here till now, that whatever I'm writing, Let us suppose this is a statement, and it's the output of this statement. So this Python notebook is saving both of them, right? So even if I close this thing, let me try closing this. I am leaving this file. Now open this again. You can see everything is saved. So whatever you write in this Python notebook, everything gets saved, and you can see the input and output every time you open this file. So in future, if you want any of the Jupyter notebook on which I am writing a program, you can always request. Okay, so now do one thing. You can assign number like this: a equal to 2, then b equal to 3, then you can add them, and maybe you can also assign to some other variable and print the output like this, right? Other than this, if you have assigned a equal to 2 and b equal to 3 in different statement, you can also do like this: a comma b equal to 2 comma 3, or maybe you can take some other variable so that it doesn't give any confusion to you, and also change the numbers. Now cd are 3 and 4. You can take a variable and add to it. Now see the value of add, and it's 7. Okay, now we can do one thing. Let me use this statement again, this 17 divided by 3. So here you can see the output is 5.66 multiple times and then 7. Now if you want to round this off, you can use round function and then use some variable at this place. Maybe if I would have assigned it to f, then you could have written f here, and after that the number of values you want after decimal. So let's suppose I want 2 values, so I would write 2, but we don't have any f variable here, right? So in place of this f variable I can use underscore. So now you can ask, what is this underscore variable? So anything or any expression that is last in this interactive cell gets assigned to this underscore variable, right? So now check its output, and it is 5.67. so this round of this expression. Clear? So now try solving one small question in Python, and that is swap numbers using Python. So let us take two number n and m, where values of n and m are maybe 4 and 5. So if you have worked with any other programming language in past, what we used to do, we used to take a temp variable, but we are not going to do that thing in Python, and that's why we say Python is very easy. Now let us try to do it in Python, and it is just one line. Can you see it? Try to print it before swapping, and try to print this statement after swapping, and now see the output. It is 4 5 and another is 5 4. So you can understand how easy it is in Python to swap two numbers, and you will see many such things in coming lectures. So I hope you would have liked my lecture. If you liked it, please like the video, share it with your friends, and comment or doubt on the videos. I will try to respond back that. So see you in the next video with some new concept. Till then, thank you so much.